And we're back. The MotoGP 2024 season has begun. The first race that was held a few weeks ago in Qatar, this was a night race for the debut race of the 2024 season. As we're about to begin,
every year they hold this underground bike race.
Not a race, this is the race.
Jorge Martin grabs the lead going into the first turn, but he loses it by turn 4 to Pecco Bagnaia. Also, we have an accident on lap 2. Jack Miller goes off track. Jorge Martin loses further places to Brad Binder as Brad Binder is able to grab second place early on in the race. The Aprilias weren't having a great showing at this time. Maverick Vinales was in 10th and Aleix Espargaro was in 9th. With 10 laps to go, the top 5 were Francesco Bagnaia, Brad Binder, Jorge Martin, Paulo Acosta, and Marc Marquez.
This race is too close for complacency.
She's not watching the same race we are because Pecco Bagnaia only has a 1-second lead over Brad Binder. Paulo Acosta is coming under threat by other riders. The first one is Marc Marquez, and Marc Marquez is able to make quick work of Paulo Acosta, and by lap 15, he passes Paulo Acosta for 4th place. But what you shouldn't pass up is subscribing to our channel so we can bring you more racing videos about the racing world and people in it. Paulo Acosta's day went from bad to worse when he was further under threat. He was passed eventually by Gresini's Alex Marquez and Enea Bastianini, and then after that he was eventually passed by Fabio Di Gianantonio and Aleix Espargaro. He finished the race in 9th place. Marc Marquez, later on in the race, was trying to grab a podium place. He was putting Jorge Martin under threat, but Jorge Martin held his own and was able to secure his podium place. Francesco Bagnaia was dominating the race from lap 1 when he took the lead off Jorge Martin in turn 4. And in the end, he's able to come home with a win of over 1.329 seconds for winning the first race of the MotoGP season, the Qatar Grand Prix. So top 5 for the race were Francesco Bagnaia, Brad Binder, Jorge Martin in the podium places, Marc Marquez in 4th, and Enea Bastianini in 5th. It's very interesting to see Marc Marquez on the Gresini Ducati. He had a top 5 finish, so that's something to watch going into the season. Congrats to Pecco and the Ducati team. Jorge Martin, another smooth ride. He ended up with 3rd place, not a bad showing for the first race. And we gotta look at this. The Pramac Ducati, the livery looks beautiful. Brad Binder was able to come in 2nd place on his KTM. KTM has been showing a strong showing over the past few years, and Pecco Bagnaia had a flawless ride from lap 1. He just held the lead. So the 2-time world champion, it's looking like we're going to be having a very strong showing from the Ducati showmen this year. If I was going to rate this race, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Not a bad showing for the debut race. Some race notes. The Aprilia boys, Maverick Vinales came 10th and Aleix Espargaro came 8th. Fabio Quartararo on his Yamaha came 11th, and Johan Mir was able to stay on his bike and came 13th. More videos to come on the channel. MotoGP's in Portugal this weekend and Formula 1's in Australia. We'll be covering both. Please like and subscribe. Redbet, signing off.